My friends, how are you today? Aaron here bringing you a new moon horoscope. The new moon is happening on Thursday, the 14th of September 2023 in the sign of Virgo at 21 degrees 58 space minutes. Let me show you this chart and we'll get right into it. So, the exciting energy that's happening here. Venus is direct now. Mercury is station direct, which that means our two out of our three personal planets have been retrograde this year. Venus only retrogrades once every 18 months, every year and a half. Mercury, of course, 3 times a year. Mars once every 2 years, but Mars did retrograde at the end of last year. To the top of this year, we kind of felt that energy. So we've had all three of our personal planets retrograde, now moving forward. Okay, station direct anyway here on the day of the new moon. So that still means there's a bit of recontemplation mentally, especially if you're a Virgo rising or even a Libra rising right now. The reason is because Venus is what you love, want, and desire. Your 12th house would be Leo, where Venus is. Venus retrograde in Leo, and that 12th house can be extremely challenging on the mind. So if you're a Virgo rising or again a Libra rising, you've got a lot going on upstairs in your mental health houses. Okay, so be extremely mindful. Or even if you're a Gemini or a Virgo, Gemini or Taurus rising, it's like there's a lot going on in these 12 houses. So it's like be mindful of your mental health going on. But all right, back to this new moon here. New moon in Virgo. Virgo, of course, ruled by Mercury. It's about information. It's about a direct communication, And specifically, what is this new moon about? It's about your acts of service. If Virgo energy can be labeled as one thing, it's our acts of service. When we look throughout the zodiac, of course, Aries is about us, and Taurus is about our things. And Gemini is about our communication with the outside world. And then Cancer is about our emotions. Leo would be about our ego, our eccentric way of expressing ourselves here on this planet. And then Virgo is about our services. What do you do? And this is extremely important right now, as I feel like the whole world is so up each other's, so busy looking at what everybody else is doing that we're forgetting that what we do is extremely important. Again, you are the center of your story. You are the sun in your story. You are the hero of your journey. So this is about you. And sometimes when we get in last 2 weeks ago, we talked about judging, and it's extremely important to judge. And there's a healthy way of judgment and there's an unhealthy way of judging. Okay. A healthy way of judging is to understand, what is going to hurt you and what's going to help you. You know what I mean? Like there's an animal outside. Well, what kind of animal? Is it a bear? Is it a cat? Like these are very different things. So it's like an animal outside isn't necessarily alarming. What kind of animal outside could be the determining factor? If I should be frightened, if I should be excited, if I should grab my camera, you know what I mean? So us judging and labeling things is extremely important to know the difference between a mouse, a rat, a squirrel, a cat, a possum, a skunk, a raccoon. You know what I mean? Like what one of these is outside? Is it a larger animal? You know what I mean? You get it. And again, something else I said 2 weeks ago, it's like those animals didn't give us permission to name them, to label them what they are. Maybe they call themselves something completely different. I've got these, stray cats on my porch. I give them all names, but that's to me and my own. I've got a neighbor that lives across the street and I asked him if he gives them names. And of course they're different than what I call them, but they're the same animal. But we can both agree that they're a cat. We both agree that they're stray cats, and we can both agree that this one's gray and this one's a little tuxedo kitty or whatever. So we have ways of identifying these things, okay? So identifying is an extremely valuable tool in our arsenal of language. It's not something that we need to shy away from. And with all of this, energy in Pisces, that's saying like a lack thereof or evasiveness, or we don't need to identify of anything. We can just be. And that's why Saturn is extremely potent and powerful medicine right now over the next 2 years to kind of realign and restructure what Neptune has done to dissolve. And it's dissolving is important to redefine. It's like our language continuously redefines itself. And like we don't speak, 1600s or whatnot was Shakespeare. Where art thou, Romeo? We don't speak that way anymore, and our language changes. But to be able to still understand and communicate with one another is extremely, extremely, extremely important. So making sure that we are judging in the right kind of ways to know what is important for me, or defining ourselves, defining what do we like, what do we not like. It's extremely important during this time, and it's not bad to do so. Where it becomes like controversial is if we're just sitting back, like a wallflower, and like, you are this, you're to this, you're to this, so it's like saying like, I'm a green crayon. I don't know, I can be whatever color crayon you want me to be. But let's just say I'm a crayon, whatever color, and I'm just judging yellow for being yellow, and red for being red, and green for being green, and blue for being blue. But I'm negating the color that I am myself. It's just like, oh, well, that blue's just too blue, and that green's too green. That's what we do. We that's the unhealthy aspect of judging. Instead of saying like, oh, what can I add to this mix? Or just like, that's to this, or that's to this, or not enough vibrancy. It's too pale. It's not enough, or too much. So that's where we get in the unhealthy side of judgment. It's just like, you're very wise, you're very smart, and your skills of observation are extremely powerful. But if you're going to use your skills of observation on judging and critiquing what everybody else around you is doing, you're going to have a very difficult time finding your skills and the things that make you happy and the things that allow you to shine. And that's what this Virgo new moon energy is all about. It's what energy allows you to shine, what makes you get excited to be you. Venus is direct, our planet of love, want, and desire, moving through Leo, retracing its steps as it's going through its shadow. This is saying, look, I've already been through this. What do I love, and why do I love it? And I get passionate about it. This is what gets the fuel that flames me up in the morning, that gets me excited about life. What gets you excited? What is the last time that's like you've woken up with excitement? Was something coming in the mail? Were you going out on vacation? Were you going to go see something? Was someone coming to see you? Was it a new video game came out? A new movie was coming out? You were able to start a new project? There's always something. There is something that gets us excited to get out of bed in the morning. And when we fall into the mundane monotony aspects of life, and we're just going through the motions, we stop getting excited about those little things that we should be excited about, because we see them almost every day, or again, they become monotonous. So it's like, well, what do we feel passionate about? What do we get excited about? And sometimes our job, the thing that we have to do to survive and create, economical sustainability for ourselves, isn't always the thing that we like to do for passion and fun. And that's okay. And we have to be okay with that. Okay, here, I'm gonna drop in a nugget. We have to survive here on this planet. Well, if you want to live, this is a necessity. Okay, now depending on what country you're born into, our times have changed. I do all these medicine ceremonies, and I think about our ancestors all the time, and it's just like, if we lived in this little community, this little culture community, and it's just like, okay, well, once I, myself, and I find a partner here in the community or whatnot, and then we branch off and make our own. We just build a hut or a teepee or something right over there, find a little plot of land, but it's still within the community. That's not a feasible opportunity or option at this point in life, right? You can't just say like, oh, well, we've got this land and just find a little patch. No, we have to conform in some sort of a way to our society standards. This is an absolute necessity in life. One of the only actual many necessities, one of the only true necessities. You have to figure out, okay, I have to have water, running water here. I have to have heat. I live in Michigan. I have to have heat, so I have to have running water. I have to have heat. I have to have electricity. These things I need, and I cannot create them on my own. Unlike maybe olden times where we would have the community and the fire and We would go hunt, and these people would take, we would carve the meat, and these folks over here, they would take the skin and make leather, and then make clothes out of it, and the community would do its thing. That's not how we live anymore, right? So I have to have heat, I have to have electricity, I have to have water. So I have to have shelter. So I have to find something that I'm passionate about, that I'm good at, a skill set, a trade that I am good at doing, that maybe separates me from other people in my community. Get good at that craft and trade my energy, my services, my time for heat, electricity, water. Okay, so this is a necessity in life. Okay, the only real necessity I have to pay my taxes, I have to pay my water bill, my electricity bill, my heat bill. I have to pay for this environment that I live in. And in order to do so, I exchange my time, my energy for money, right? So this is what Virgo energy in essence is about. Is about trading my time and energy, my skill set, so that I can survive here. Okay? So we each have something that we're all little snowflakes. We all have something that we're very unique and skilled at. Okay? Now, the key, I think, in life is finding these things that you enjoy, that make you happy, and doing them. Not waiting for somebody else to hire you, not waiting for somebody else to see that you're good at it, but it's just doing those things. It's because it's what makes you happy. If you like tinkering with wood, or you like photographing, or whatever it is, do it because you like doing it, not because someone's paying you or someone's motivating you to do it. This is the absolute key, I think, right now in the world of astrology, because we're still redefining our passions, the things that get us excited, what makes our mind excited. So this is like emotional and mental, where our physical part, Mars here, is leading the way in the zodiac. And it's headed toward this great purge and release of the South Node here in Libra. So Mars in Libra, again, Mars is the leader of the train right now. The sun is behind it, the moon doesn't count, moon moves too fast. But you know what I'm saying, as far as our personal planets go, Mars is leading the train, then the sun, then Mercury, then Venus, and then all of our outer planets back here. So when we have Mars leading the train, that's saying action is the utmost importance, okay? Because our mind is stalled back here. Our passions, our love might be here. We might be questioning. We might be too much in question with our mind, or with the things that why do I love what I love? Do I love this thing? It's like we need to stop questioning. We need to get out of our mindset and into action, okay? And it's like, it's almost stop thinking and just act upon. You get out of the bed, you get up, you brush your teeth, you shower, whatever it is. It's like if you sit there and you think about it too long, or you sit there and you think about all the things that have to do with this day, you might not take the actions and get out of bed. You might sit there and you might not be excited about life. You could sit there and think about all the things that you have to do and feel so overwhelmed that you're not going to step foot out of bed and open up the curtains to receive the beautiful sunshine that's waiting for you, that you deserve. So it's like taking action is so important right now, or going through the motions, not just mindlessly, but pushing yourself. It's like getting out of a mental roadblock and just saying, yeah, I can do this. I need to do this, and not allowing ourselves to be stifled, not allowing our actions to be stifled by our thought process. Don't allowing our thoughts to not allow us to move forward and get done whatever we got to get done. Okay, everything will align again with that. Everything, we'll find our motivation mentally, we'll find our motivation passionately, but we have to continue to go through the actions regardless right now. Now, an exciting aspect about this, okay, so we're also opposing Neptune, and we kind of talked about this, a lot this last video, of this black hole of Neptune, delusions, media, confusions, redefining here. It's like ignoring the social media, ignoring all these influencers who want to just push a product or a brand down your face. It's almost overwhelming. It is overwhelming for me, which is like a weird double-edged paradox of me sitting down doing astrology videos, working on the inside of this whole thing, which I don't love. But it's like it's the only way it makes sense. All right. So anyway, we have this new moon in the opposition of Neptune. Okay, to where it's just like it's time to this. There's more energy here. There's more gravity here. There's more energy with this new moon and Mercury and Virgo here than Neptune. Okay, so our tug of war here is not to be so on the side of Virgo or so on the side of Neptune, but the balance of a tug of war in astrology is to keep that flag in the middle. Okay, it's a balance between judgment and lack thereof. It's a balance between work, and rest. You know, it's like rest is extremely important. You can only work so long before, you know, your brain just shuts down and you just stop moving. So there's a little bit of tug of war going on here, but it's healthy. The energy that I'm really excited about is the South Node. Like, look how much energy is connecting to the South Node during this new moon. New moons are new beginnings, right? So it's new moon. What are you passionate about? What do you love? What do you love doing? What do you like to create? Regardless if you're doing it right now for money or not, if you're passionate about it, this is what you should be doing with your time and your energy and getting excited about it and finding other people that also share your joy and excitement with it. Because what's happening here is like this release of the South Node, okay? Septile to Uranus, which is this great release. Uranus and Jupiter here coming to conjunction. This is in Taurus. This is about our finances. This could be about your stability, about home, about material possessions and things, or how you view material possessions and things. Okay, this is a great release. Like maybe we've been so, guys. So I work in TV, and when I'm interviewing like people in race car, like NASCAR stuff. I've done a lot of NASCAR and different sports stuff over the years, and it's just like, well, I go to Sunoco because that's on my driver's car, or I drink Monster because that's what's on the driver's car, or I drink this because this is what my favorite football person or my favorite celebrity or the actress that I really love wears this brand, or they have this thing and I love them, so I identify with them and this thing, and I spend my hard-earned dollar bills getting this thing, right? We spend money on people we don't know, on things we don't need to impress people that we don't know or don't really like. This is some of that energy going on right now. It's like we're coming to this full illumination. Although this is a new moon where there's a lack of illumination, in this lack of illumination is the illumination or the enlightening point. It's just like, wow, I've been giving so much of my time, energy, or money to support this thing, or because I thought I liked this thing. But when the veil comes off, I don't really like what this is, what this company is, what this company represents, what this person represents, or what they're behind. And here I am spending my hard-earned money, what I exchange my time, my energy for, and I'm being duped into buying this product or to supporting this thing. Or YouTube, it's like YouTube's just raised their prices. I'm like, I pay for YouTube. And it's just like, why are we raising prices right now? So we have a strike, in a union strike in my world. So it's like we have 7,000 people not working right now. And YouTube, broadcast yourself, where people can actually go out here and broadcast themselves. They're raising the prices. For what? Like, advertising is up. It's up. I mean, it's bananas. So it's just like, okay, well, if everybody just stopped, paying for YouTube, if everybody stopped paying for, Netflix, or if everybody stopped supporting that thing, because what they're doing is price gouging right now. Okay, price gouging is extremely real, and it's like it's hurting. I know it's hurting the American people, and I don't know about the rest of the world. I will be fully honest. I'm not up to the economic snuff on what's going on in every single country around the world, but I'm pretty sure the price gouging is relevant everywhere. Where the inflation is happening, the inflation of products is happening higher than the inflation of our wage. Okay, so when this happens, this puts us in a very unique and challenging spot. So it's why it's so extremely important right now that we focus our time and energy on what brings us joy, on what brings us joy on this planet that you like to do. Because we all enjoy doing something, you know, if it's making music, if it's creating something, if it's cooking, if it's baking, or whatever, we all enjoy doing something. And the more that we get along and connect with other people in our community, that like doing similar things, or we find people that my skill set fills a hole where you need this, and you over there, you do that thing. You know, this is the beauty of it's not like using each other, but like really utilizing the community for what it is and what it's worth. And then you get to find out, you can make money off of this. You can, even if it's not, you know, it's joy. It's following your joy, following your passions and the things that you do, because that's what this world needs. You know, that's what we need. We need people who are passionate about what they do, not just going through the motions of doing something because, oh, I'm an astrologer, so here's your astrology report for the day, and I feel like an obligation to do this for my viewers or my ratings, or because if I don't do this, I'm not relevant or something. It's like, I could care less. You know, it's like, I want to do this because I love astrology, and it's like, all right, this Virgo new moon's exciting energy, and we get to release. There's this beautiful purge. Again, that beautiful purge, that release of the South Node and Mars coming up to the South Node right now. Good energy. And as you see, the South Node is square to Pluto, about transformation. The South Node is trine over here to Saturn, which is a restructuring, as it's retrograde, restructuring of our world. It's creating a quincunx over here to Neptune, about how you view the world and how you view your relationships with other people. It's creating an opposition to Chiron, to Eris, of course, and to the North Node, all in Aries. That's saying, like, my friends, this is your life. Okay? I need to come back here. This is your life. This is your life. It's yours. All of this is for you. All of these people around you that are doing their skills are for you to experience this life. The crazy neons that you're seeing driving down the street, the mechanic is there because you needed a mechanic, and it's right there for you. This grocery store is right there, and all of these people built this grocery store because you would need it, and they need it, and you have a skill set that they need just the same, right? So this is the beauty of how we all work together, and we manifest exactly what the world needs, because the world manifests us. And we manifest the world back. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful relationship, right? So then, if we get too stuck on, now I have my friend over here, the lady that I bought this house from, a good friend of mine who bought the house from. She still gets mail delivered to this house every now and then, and she had mail delivered to her daughter, and there was a little card in there. I almost threw the letter away, but I could feel the little card in there. I was like, oh, I better call her and let her know this could be an important piece of mail. Don't throw people's mail away. Anyway, that's the moral of the story. So she brought over her two daughters, and they were having a field day in my house because they were looking at all the instruments, and they're like 6 and 4 now, so they're like way more talkative and inquisitive, and like first grade and not quite kindergarten. But so the youngest was so fixated on what her older sister was doing, and how she didn't have the same amount of time to play my drum, when the truth is she had more time to play the drum than the older sister did. But she was so fixated on what her sister was doing each step of the way. Oh, Haley played the drum longer than me, or she played the flute longer, or the singing bowl, or I didn't have enough time with this. Again, as the observer on the outside of this, I know that she actually had more time than her older sister did. But she was so fixated, instead of finding her joy in this moment to connect in this place with these instruments and her joy, she was so fixated and focused on how somebody else was spending their time and energy with those things and their joy. So this release of the South Node, this all of this connecting with the South Node right now, and Black Moon Lilith and Leo connecting with the South Node. Again, Uranus connection, breakthrough, letting go, all this me connection, letting go of these relationships in the past that, these relationships, I am a firm believer that everyone that you meet is a manifestation of yourself, your greatest strengths and weaknesses. They are a vision and version of you, and you are a version of them. That can be extremely rewarding to view life like that, and it can be cathartic when you start to see things, or the possibility of seeing things that way. But all of these people were here to help you. All these people on planet Earth are here to help you. And even your greatest enemy is here to help you. And that sounds strange, but it is. And this world is for you, and this is an opportunity for you to experience joy and bliss and love, and to taste foods and fruits, and to be excited, to be bored, to experience the array of everything. So we get to release on this new moon. We get a lot of huge releasing of what no longer serves us, of how we view relationships with other people. And we get an exciting, invigorating, refreshing new moon in Virgo that says, like, what do I can ignore everything else in the world. What gets me passionate, right? All I have to do is figure out that thing of how to pay my bills, and then the rest is a playground. It's a playground. I can color, I can paint, I can play music, I can create, we can go fishing or hunting if you like that kind of a thing. You can build boats and sail across the ocean. You can do anything you want. This is a playground for humans. You know what I mean? No other animal on this planet gets the freedoms that we have. You can fly across the globe to another country. You can start fresh. I don't like where I live. I'm going to save some money. I'm going to do this passionate thing that I'm good at, hoard some money away, get out of here. I'm going to find another opportunity. You can. This is your world. This is your life. And everything here is at your fingertips, at your disposal. And when we run into the hurdles, if it's like we get fixated on, this is what I love, this is what I want, this is what I desire, and I'm going to use my mind and my heart and my physical body to obtain that, and to go seek that out and to do that thing. When we reach obstacles and hurdles, we got legs. We have the opportunity to overcome. We have the opportunity to stop, to think. We have the opportunity to reflect, to see how other people did it before us, right? All right, and they didn't just stop and turn around. How did other people succeed and move forward? And did they call on other people? This Virgo energy too is this, like, nurses, doctors, nurses, Virgo energy kind of thing. It's just like get people that are going to help you out. Find the people that can assist you and to help you get you where you need to go. As well with this energy, because we do have this opposing Neptune and Mercury here opposing Saturn. I'll come back. This can be about addiction, friends. If you're finding yourself struggling with addiction, okay, this is jumping out pretty strong right now. This can be a really positive aspect to get ourselves away from that stuff. And if it's people, yeah, it's like this is the you show. So if other people are our friends or are in our environment that are also not contributing to our healthy, sustainable, if we're trying to get away from drugs or something like that, or an addictive, whatever it may be, this is great energy right now to release and break free from addiction. Okay, so it's like if you've had a hard time getting rid of smoking cigarettes or cannabis or fentanyl, man, whatever, or if it's masturbation, too much television, or I'm eating too much sugar or foods. This is a really excellent energy right now to free ourselves from our addictions, or to come into a better alignment, a better understanding of ourselves with them, that our addictions aren't greater than us. Okay, we're still the star of the show. We are the star of the show, not the addiction, not the booze, not the whatever. whatever it is. We're the star of the show. And those things can help us or they can hurt us. You know, and if they're no longer in a place of helping us, this is a really, really amazing energy to whether it's meditation, to go with inside ourselves, to see it in a different way, you know, or in this darkness, when things become illuminated in the dark, to break free from this stuff. And again, if it's other people that are in our environment that are adding to this, you know, it's just like, oh, there's Chuck over there, and every day Chuck's just firing one up and handing it to you, and you're like, man, I'm trying to quit. You know, maybe it's not Chuck. I love you, Chuck. Come for your daughter, Chuck. What was that? What is that from? Beetlejuice. Anyway, you know, it's just like, maybe I need to let Chuck know, hey man, it's not you. I just need to stop smoking for a minute. So I might not see you for a couple of days or whatever it may be. I still love you, buddy. Right? It's a good times. This is good times. This is good energy. This is good energy. Like really, really, really positive energy right now. Like really releasing forward momentum. It's exciting, my friends. What do you get excited about? Maybe share in the comments with me. What do you get excited about? And then connect. You know, this is the beauty of life, and connecting with one another. And I've got to say, there's a few people that a few friends here that I've met that we're now on Facebook with each other, and to see some of the interactions, like, you know, some friends connecting from outside, you know, Australia to Peru to West California. You know, it's just like, this is how the world works, and we all help each other out. We're all nurses and doctors for each other, right? We all have medicine. You are the medicine. I'm the medicine. You're sweet medicine to me. I can be sweet medicine to you. And we all have this medicine that each and one another needs, and to be of service, okay? Meaning I am available. My medicine is available for you, right? I have to be available. But if I'm over here, if I am drugged up, too high, not confident in my medicine, and think my medicine is no good for the world, and I'm just sitting here just smoking away or drinking my life away, I'm going to think that my medicine isn't valuable. But it is, right? So it's like, I can release some of this stuff, this great purge, this great release, and then getting back out there, getting excited about what we have to offer the world. So my friends, share your medicine. You are sweet medicine. Share it. I love you so much. I wish you enough, and we'll see you soon.